Hey everyone, Josh here from Fresh Start Customs, and today you're probably wondering what's going on. Today I'm going to be showing you some behind the scenes of my laser business and what you can expect to run into whenever you get like a Glowforge or another laser and you run your own laser business. So some of the behind the scenes here is you never see people unboxing their materials that they get in the mail. So I have both green glass acrylic on the bottom here, and then I have a different thing. This is the microphone that I bought for my computer here that you see in my tutorial videos. I actually bought a new microphone. It's a whole different one that I'm going to be testing out on my secondary computer here because I like to do tutorials on that computer as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and do the unboxing here, but we're also going to show you how to implement a design, how you start the creation of that design, and then we're going to show you print it off and we'll go from there. If you're curious about what we're going to be creating today, we are going to be creating, since it's Tuesday, some Taco Tuesday. We're going to be creating the little stands for your tacos here, so that way whenever you put all of your ingredients in your tacos, it can be standing straight up. And once you're done, you can just eat your tacos there. So I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's the easiest way that I'm going to be able to implement a new design and show you guys the process along the way here. So I'm going to move these out of the way. We'll go ahead and start unboxing some of this stuff, and then we'll move to that at the end here, and I'll show you from there. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is my microphone. The brand name is Neewer here. I'm going to be testing this out. I've never tried Neewer before. Seems like they're a little bit cheaper cost of a brand, but I heard good things about them. So I'm going to be trying that. As you can see, you get this little thing here. And then you've got a mic cover, a whole lot of informational packets. You have your actual USB cord. It looks like an actual printer cable for it. I assume that's going to be the port that it has. You have the actual mic stabilizer as well in there, so that's cool. They actually give you quite a bit for the cost that you have. So I'm going to just show this off really quick. So you have basically your mic yourself, the actual stand, the adjustable stand, and then the wind cover as well. So I'm not going to waste your guys' time on that. I'm not sure if you're actually in the market for a microphone, but that's something I wanted to show you. That's something you can expect with, like, if you're going to do recorded videos, you're going to need to invest in like a camera, a microphone, a computer. Your cell phone is probably the most important tool that you can have. So those are just some things that I wanted to show you. I'm going to get all this out of the way for the microphone though. We'll use that later in the design process for this Taco Tuesday stand here. Let's go ahead and go on to the materials next here. If you do want that microphone or you want to see what it was, I'll put a link in the description for that too if you're going to start recording videos yourself. We're going to go ahead and open this up here really quick. So this is Glowforge proof grade material. This is the green glass acrylic. It's supposed to be anyways. We'll see what comes in the mail here. And since I just ordered this, I'm expecting it to have those new stickers on there, the new type of Glowforge stickers. So we'll see. Those are kind of neat looking. I still have never done an engrave over top. I probably would never do an engrave over top of those stickers. So let's go ahead and open this up, see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. So we've got all but two bubbles packed in this little bubble wrap here. And this one's completely flat as well. So the bubble wrap was kind of pointless in this one. Luckily, it doesn't look like there's any like damaged materials. I'm going to get this out. I'm going to move this out of the way. There we go. So as we can see, we got our little packaging list. I'm going to put my thumb over my address here, but it's just a little packaging list of the materials. Probably can't see it from that distance anyways, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and open this up. And right there is that new sticker that I was talking about, right here. So let's go ahead and open this up. We're going to make sure there's no damages. I mean, it's pretty hard to damage green glass acrylic here, especially when there's masking tape on both sides. But the only thing that could really happen is if it would crack with all of those bubble wraps that we just pulled out that was completely popped. So I like to just double check it. Odds are it's going to be completely fine here, but always double check your material. Most of the times, if there's damage to it, Glowforge will replace it. Sometimes they'll replace it if there's like warp in your material, like if you're ordering wood, sometimes the wood will warp. And on occasion, they'll replace it, but they'll make you go through like a week-long process of putting weights on it, making sure it doesn't unwarp, making sure you can't use it in the first place. So once again, right here's that actual sticker. Those seem to be a little bit thinner than the other ones, so that's pretty cool. And then it's got on the top board, the top material here, I don't know if you can actually see it from that distance, secondary barcode. I'm guessing this is the batch barcode like I've said in a previous video. None of the other boards have that. So that looks good. This one looks pretty good. This one has a few scratches on top, but that's no big deal. That's just the paper there. It's probably where it creased. Yep. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a pretty good list. This one has like a couple rub marks, but like I said, that's on the paper top. The only way that you're going to know is after you print them off if there is anything super bad with them. But all in all, this looks like an entire complete set here. No problems. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the unboxing of our materials. We made sure that it came in unbroken here. And we've got the microphone. So everything looks like it's in good shape. We're going to test the microphone out later here. And another thing that I use this green glass acrylic for quite a bit is those like gaming stands. You may have seen me post a video on that lately, or post it somewhere else in a group there. The gaming stands look kind of like this. I got one here. So I use a lot of walnut and green glass acrylic. I got green glass acrylic on the bottom. Hopefully you can see that from this distance. I'm going to hold it like over here too, just in case it's better on the light here. But those turned out pretty sweet. These are one of my top selling products here, both locally and digitally. So if you want to end up selling these, check out the shop. You can sell these for yourself. You would need green glass acrylic and some medium maple material. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get all this out of the way. I'll see you guys in just a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I implement a design and how I create the design. So we'll see you back here in just a second. Alright everyone, as you can see, we are back. We are back with our box of tacos for our Taco Tuesday stand that we're going to be building. And as you can see, I have a digital caliper here. I'm going to be showing you how I came up with this idea, how you can implement different ideas in your everyday life. And then we're going to process this entire thing and build it in Illustrator. I've already got a design pretty much worked out, but I'll show you a quick side-by-side of how I came up to that design, and then we'll go from there. I still may need to make some adjustments with that design as well based on what the measurements say for this digital caliper. And if you don't own one of these, go ahead and get yourself one. You're going to need this for every kind of design that you're going to make, every kind of creation you're going to make. So this is one of your most important tools that you're going to want. I'll go ahead and put one of these linked down in the description below as well. You're going to want one of those and a rubber tip hammer. We'll be using that later down the line as well. But those two tools I use almost every single design. So super important, get one of those and get a rubber tip hammer. And let's get into this. So as you can see, we've got a box of tacos here. My wife and I were making some chicken tacos the other day. And we're like, there's got to be an easier way to hold all this in here while you're trying to fill the taco up. So naturally, I was like, let's just make a laser design project out of it, and that's what we're here today for. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this box here, and I'm going to show you how we can go ahead and actually make the design straight from your head here with a different situation that you ran into, and we're going to solve that issue with the Glowforge. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. And as you can see, they're all packaged really nice and neatly here. And then first off, what we're going to need is we're going to need one out here to test. So if your digital caliper is not clean, You may not want to eat this one after you use it. That is totally at your discretion. I'm not a safety expert, but that's totally up to you. So what we got here is we got our first taco, and we're going to use your digital caliper. All you're going to do is turn it on here, and then you're going to measure out the different measurements you're going to need while you're designing here. So I'm going to measure out probably about halfway up, because I kind of want this taco to stick out a little bit if possible. And it looks like we are just under an inch, 0.955 inches here. So I'm going to just make that an inch because it's going to give out a little bit as you stuff stuff in there. And then at the very bottom, we're going to measure, that's at 0.634. I'm going to go a little bit tighter to see if we can get a little bit closer to the bottom here, just so we can get a nice even number if possible. Looks like we're not going to be possible with that because I don't want to crunch the taco here. So we're going to go ahead and go with a 0.62. So 0.62, and what was that other number again? Just under an inch. So we're just going to go an inch towards the top and 0.62 towards the bottom. And then our overall height here is going to be just over 2 inches. So we'll see where we want to play that out at, but we'll go from there. So we have our measurements. We got 2 inches tall by 1 inch wide, and then 0.62 on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and implement that into our Glowforge design here. And we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and do a rough estimate on this. It may not be perfect, and then you can always do testing afterwards. Odds are I'll probably make this a free design for all you guys, and then you can test based on the taco shell type that you have and make different changes to it on your side as well. So let's go ahead and jump into Illustrator. We're going to make some edits to our design. I'm sure it's not perfect. If it is, that's great. That'll save me some time. If it isn't, I'll show you some edits there, and we'll go from there. Alright everyone, so as you can see, we are now back in Illustrator. I'm going to show you a really quick overview of how I designed and came up with this. I'm not going to turn it into a big long tutorial because you've seen plenty of those. But this shows you my implementation of my design process here. So basically this top half here is a rough sketch of what I did last night before recording the video you just seen today. And then down here is a new layout of how I'm going to create this design now that we did the measurements together. So just a quick overview. What I did is I started with a rectangle here based on a rough sketch of the idea of how tall the taco was 2 inches there. And then I gave it some heft on the sides here. That way we have something to hit with a rubber tip hammer. And I wanted to do 2 slots instead of just 1 so it didn't wiggle around when you try to put like your ingredients in your taco there. And then what I did is I drew out some straight lines here and roughly the idea of how much material I wanted. And from the bottom point here to the top point here is about 3/4 to half of that taco. That way a little bit sticks out top so you have something to grab onto. And then I also reduced the size of the stand itself. That way the taco kind of hangs off to the side here, and you can actually grab underneath if you need to based on this material over here. So that was kind of the implementation here. The reason why I have all the lines sticking out everywhere is I basically took the thickness, which was about 1 inch here. I just drew out a rectangle to get a rough idea on the thickness. And then I just drew 2 lines on my sideways line here. That way I knew where to draw out my points. So if you go and you use the curve tool here, you can see I've got points all drawn out on those lines. It looks like I might have an extra one here. I'm going to remove that. So I just caught that. There we go. So now that we have all of that drawn out, that is the reason behind all these boxes and lines, is basically to get an idea. So as you can see, this box here is that 0.62 inches that I measured. That was a little bit up the taco. So I didn't go super accurate, like I said. I left a little bit of room on here too, so there, as it goes up, it gradually gets bigger. And that was just a rough estimate. I could use those digital calipers all day long and try and make it as accurate as possible. But sometimes it's easier just printing it off, testing it, editing it to your material and your tacos that you use. So next up here, I decided that wasn't thick enough. I didn't like how much material there was, so I wanted to give it a little bit more heft. So I just added 2 rectangles on the side. Then I merged those rectangles into the unit here, as you can see here. And then I didn't like these sharp corners, so all I did is I selected these 4 corners here, rounded them off by 0.12 inches, and that's how I came up with the legs here. So what we're going to do now, we won't need any of this stuff. This was literally just to show you guys what the design process looks like here. I'm going to delete all of that, and then I'm going to hold Alt as I hold onto this and create a copy of the legs, since we're going to need 2 legs here. And then this is the stand. You can choose whether you want to add like Taco Tuesday or not. I'm actually going to delete that. That was just for the purpose of the video to show you can add text there. You can add text up and down on the legs here as well if you need to. That's another benefit of having this extra heft to this. So that's pretty much it. That is the entire layout here. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this top since we won't need that either. And right there is our design. So I know that was pretty quick process there. Like I said, I'm not going to make this into a whole tutorial video. It's more of a background or behind the scenes video of what I go through with creating designs and how you implement the designs. So hopefully you could grab the concept behind all of that, and with me showing you step by step how I create that design and a real quick explanation there. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, print this off on the Glowforge. I think you guys seen plenty of those tutorials already. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out any of my other tutorials about how to set up a Glowforge print from start to finish. I'm going to print this off. I'll see you back at the tacos here, and I'll show you if it worked or if it didn't, and if we would have to make modifications, and then you can go from there. Alright everyone, so as you can see, we are back here with our taco that we measured out here with the digital caliper, and we are officially done with the stand. I went ahead and just assembled it. It's 2 legs and a base. You use a rubber tip hammer, like I said earlier. The reason why you use a rubber tip hammer is I adjusted for kerf, so these legs are nice and sturdy so they don't wobble around. If you don't know what kerf is, I highly recommend you look that up on YouTube. I've got plenty of other videos on it, but a quick summary of it is basically when the laser cuts out your material, it's going to form a V shape and cut off a little bit extra that you don't want, and it's going to cause that leg to wiggle back and forth in that slot. So you have to make that measurement difference. Check that out in the other video. I went really far in depth with that. But let's go ahead and show you what this taco looks like in the stand here. So as you can see, it fits pretty much perfect. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but as you put more of your ingredients in your taco, that's going to expand, obviously. So that is pretty much it. That is our Taco Tuesday stand. Like I said before, I will put this in the description below for free if you want to make this for yourself or tacos that you make. This is kind of just the whole behind the scenes with my laser lifestyle. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to support this channel, other than downloading like the free designs, I do have the paid designs that you can sell the physical items with and make yourself some money. So go ahead and check out our Etsy link below in the description. It would help us out a lot to create more videos like this. Like I showed earlier, I had those gaming stands. Those are super popular. Just if you end up purchasing that, you can print them off, sell those for $35 to $50, and make yourself some money. And you would support us at the same time. So I appreciate it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe below, and we'll catch you guys next time.